How's it going, guys, and welcome to the final episode of the Off the Grid series. So we have got quite a bit of work to do today, so we're definitely going out on a bang. But yeah, sad day indeed, the last episode of Off the Grid. And I will say I've really enjoyed making this series. I am genuinely a bit sad that this will be the last episode, but I think it's kind of run its course. I think we've done as much as I wanted to do. We could have definitely done a bit more, but I don't think there'll be really any progression, if that makes sense. I think we've taken the property itself as far as we can take it, but we could definitely take the business a little bit further. So we definitely could have gone with a dairy, and we probably could have gone a little bit further with the logging, but I think in terms of the property itself, I don't think we could really do much more unless we decided to go down the hill and farm next to the pond. But we are over 30 episodes into this series, and I think really it has run its course, and it's maybe time for something new. So yeah, but I think it's been a great series. Like I say, it's been one of my favorite series to record, and yeah, I'm definitely going to miss it. But some of the jobs, or well, the jobs that we need to do today is we need to harvest both of our fields up there. So we have got one barley field and one wheat field, and then also I want to join up these two fields here. And I think what this would have ended up becoming is a big grass field. So we have two big grass fields down here, and two big arable fields up that side. As we want allow create fields off for the moment, and we'll turn it on once we sort of reach the road bit. So we have a bit of grass growing across the road on both ends, which is fine because it means when we are cutting into this, then it'll look a little bit more natural. So we'll start creating fields there. We can always make this a little bit neater if needs be, but I think it'll be just fine. And maybe should switch to manual gearbox mode, but we'll see how it copes on its own first. But yeah, I think what I want to do is towards the end of this episode, I would like to do some flyovers of the property, and I'm also going to try and recreate the property as close as I possibly can to episode 1, so we can have a comparison of what it looked like when we arrived here at first and what it looks like now, because I did make a few slight changes to the default map before we started out, so I can't just load up the default map and use that as a comparison, but I'll try and replicate the map as closely as I possibly can to get sort of an accurate comparison. But yeah, I think it's turned out really well. I think all of the work that we've put in here, and like I say, because it's just been sort of on the fly, there was no pre-planning or anything on any part of this property. None of this was supposed to be in the position that it's in or in the style that it's in. It really was just sort of, oh, let's do this, or let's do that, or this could be cool. And so that was sort of how we ended up with all of this, but I think it turned out really, really good. I'm actually very happy with how it turned out. It's also a very fun yard to work in. It feels natural and sort of authentic. It doesn't feel like it was, you know, all micro planned for efficiency or whatever the case may be. It just feels like it just kind of should be this way, and we're just sort of working around the natural contours of the land and all of the, well, there's so many hills and stuff, we had to work around all of that. So yeah, I think it really did turn out pretty well. I'm very happy with it. Like I say, I actually really enjoy farming around here. Probably would be kind of nice to have something like livestock and maybe one or two more fields. Probably one. I think you could get away with one more field. Right at the top of this hill, there's a bit of space So you could probably get one more field in there with a dairy, and I think it'll be a very fun little farm to run. The only thing is heading into like town, heading down to the shops, and that takes an immense amount of time. So you really need to rather budget for having things delivered. But yeah, I think it'll be a really fun farm, and I'll maybe even end up playing this a little bit off camera still, or maybe even on some live streams. And speaking of live streams, if you're not following me on Twitch yet, then make sure to do so. It's free to follow on Twitch, and the link to that is in the description below. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we are going to jump into a quick time lapse, and we're going to get the rest of this field plowed in, and then we'll come back and we'll get the combine and everything ready so that we can go do a bit of harvesting on the 2 fields up there. And yeah, then we'll see where we're at and where we go from there. But for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and we ended up with a beautiful big field over here. Really should have just done that from the start, to be honest. But yeah, pretty cool. I am actually very happy with how that turned out. And I'm really not going to miss this road, because I didn't actually use it that much, to be honest. Really just used that one leading up there. Anyway, what we need to do next is harvest. We need to harvest both of our fields that are up there. So we've got a barley field and a wheat field behind it. And this is going to be first time harvest on both of those fields as well. We are going to need a trailer though for this harvest. The wheat field that we harvested here, we could just drive and drop that into our silo over there. We could probably still do that here, but we'll use a trailer. Hopefully, our combine can actually reach over the side of these trailers. We're just going to use the small one, the red one. We'll put this one sort of just here out of the way, I guess, because we're not going to be needing that, and we'll have to hook back up to it and pull it around when we are done, because these things don't reverse well, which is why we have the drive-through shed. So we can just link them up and then just drive through from the back and have them nice and lined up under cover. Anyway, let's grab this one here. In fact, I think we'll just hook up to it and we'll just leave it here because we don't really need it immediately. What we do need though is our combine, so we'll go grab that real quick. Unfortunately, we never really got a massive amount of use out of the little Massey there since we got the Ford, and it really wasn't my intention to stop using it, which is why I never sold it. But yeah, when the front loader on it stopped working, it kind of became a little bit useless, to be honest. I did use it every once in a while to sort of tow some trailers around and like water the vegetable garden with it and get water out to the sheep and the pigs and that sort of thing. But I really also use the side-by-side quite a bit for that because it's quicker and it was usually around anyway. So yeah, it did kind of make the little Massey a little bit pointless really, and I probably could have sold it, but we wouldn't have got much for it anyway. Probably I don't know, a few $100s if we were lucky. But yeah, it really is a pity because I do like that little tractor. I actually like it a lot and I would have liked to use it more often. But even with the mowing, it just didn't really do that well. The mower worked a lot better on the Ford, and of course now we have the bigger mower as well. So, yeah, a bit of a shame, but anyway, it happens. And also I didn't want to sell it because it was where it all started. That's what we started with. So I kind of wanted to keep it just as a reminder of that. Yeah, a really nice little tractor anyway. Just a pity that like I say, the front loader just doesn't want to connect onto anything, and I really don't know why. I've tried a few different things, and it used to work perfectly fine. I mean, a lot of the groundworks and stuff that we've done on the property, we actually did with that. So, yeah, I don't know what the deal is there, but anyway, it is what it is. Alright, let's get into this field. So this is a barley field. Straw swath should be disabled, yeah. Oh, this is slow going up this hill, doing 4 kilometers an hour, so what, about 2 miles per hour? Ew. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I mean, going downhill will be fine, but uphill not so good. I mean, it probably would help as well if we had a little bit more momentum, but anyway. This is where a bigger combine probably would have been a good idea. Something with a bit more horsepower. Not sure how much this thing has got, but I would imagine not much. But anyway, we shall manage, I think. As long as it can actually get up the hills, we'll be okay. When we start rolling backwards, that'll be a problem. Then I don't know what we're going to do, and it kind of seems like that is a possibility right now. But anyways, we are going to jump back into a time lapse, and with these hills it might take a while, but we're going to be doing harvesting on both the fields here, and we'll get everything into our silo over there, and we'll see what we actually ended up with. I think we'll probably be good on food for quite some time after these 2 fields. But yeah, we're going to jump into that time lapse. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is job done, and that actually went really well. I do like that combine. It struggles. It definitely struggles a bit on the uphills. Well, I mean, it struggles a lot on the uphills. There's not a lot of power in there, but otherwise it's great. I really do like that combine, and for what we paid for it, absolutely fantastic. So we ended up with a smidge under 8,000 liters of wheat off of this field, and a smidge under 7,000 liters of barley off of this field. So in terms of money, if you were to go and sell that, you really wouldn't get much. But in terms of feed for a small operation like this, it's worth a lot. That would definitely last you a good while. In fact, I think if I were to continue on with this, I don't think I'll do wheat and barley on the next crop rotation. I think I'd definitely go for a cash crop, something like canola or soybean possibly on these two fields, and maybe even on that field down there. And then after that crop rotation, you could put it back to basically what we have here at the moment with 2 grass fields down there and a wheat and barley field up here. But yeah, that would kind of be my thought process behind all of that. But yeah, I guess we are gonna leave it there for not just today, but for this series. So we are gonna do a few flyovers here. I'm gonna try and recreate the property as close as I possibly can to what it was when we started, and we'll do a few flyovers of that and then compare it to what it looks like now. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But also, if you did enjoy this episode as well as this series, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It really does help me out. But we are going to leave it there for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.